Step into the world of UFC, where respect takes a backseat and trash talk rules the octagon. In the biggest MMA promotion, fighters unleash their verbal fury to hype up their fights like never before. Some fighters, however, have mastered the art of trash talk, delivering unforgettable moments that reverberate through history. Welcome to the MMA Mayhem. Subscribe and let's dive in. From fiery threats that send shivers down spines to clever quips that leave opponents speechless, these 10 trash talk moments have left an indelible mark on the UFC. Brace yourself for the ultimate showdown of words, where fighters bring their A-game to create a storm of excitement and anticipation. Get ready for a roller coaster ride through the most epic and savage verbal jabs in UFC history. Holland trash talks Jakari Souza during their fight, UFC 256. Holland, also known as Big Mouth, has earned a reputation as one of the UFC's fiercest trash talkers. But it was in his epic showdown with Jakari Souza in late 2020 that he truly showcased his verbal prowess. Despite finding himself in a precarious position beneath a deadly grappler, Holland fearlessly taunted his opponent during the fight. From complimenting Souza's punches to claiming he had dreamed of the moment, Holland pushes the boundaries of trash talk in the octagon. And then, in a jaw-dropping twist, he unleashed a flurry of punches from underneath, knocking Souza out cold. Breaking the rules of MMA with his brazen taunts, Holland's audacious display became one of the most unforgettable trash-talking moments in UFC history, leaving fans in absolute awe. Penn threatens to kill Sean Sherk, UFC 80. Penn, the former UFC lightweight and welterweight champion, was a master of trash-talking during his prime years. His ability to effortlessly switch between laid-back humor and deadly seriousness made him a force to be reckoned with. Yet, his most unforgettable moment came after defeating Joe Stevenson in 2008 to claim the lightweight title. With the victory in hand, Penn's focus turned solely to former champ Sean Sherk, who was suspended due to a failed drug test at the time. With a fierce expression, Penn delivered a bone-chilling line, "Sean Sherk, you're dead." The intense call-out transformed Penn vs. Sherk into one of the most significant lightweight fights in UFC history. And true to his word, Penn backed up his threat, knocking out Sherk in the third round. This iconic trash-talking moment remains etched in the memories of MMA fans worldwide. Tito Ortiz laughs at Ken Shamrock, UFC 40 press conference. Tito Ortiz, once the UFC light heavyweight champion, was celebrated for his trash-talking prowess, although some modern MMA fans might now find him cringe-worthy. His most infamous rival was Ken Shamrock, and their feud was filled with intense moments. During a press conference to promote their 2002 fight, Shamrock delivered a lengthy and serious promo, threatening to beat Ortiz into the living death. However, instead of reacting with words, Ortiz responded by laughing loudly, sounding like a hyena. This unexpected reaction infuriated Shamrock, who kicked a nearby chair into the air, causing Dana White to make a last-second catch. Ultimately, Ortiz's psychological assault proved effective, as he defeated Shamrock via TKO after the third round. The laugh that echoed through the press conference became an iconic and memorable trash-talking moment in MMA history. Colby Covington calls Brazil a dump, UFC Fight Night 119. Colby Covington has earned a notorious reputation as the UFC's boldest trash talker, unafraid to cross boundaries unlike any other fighter. While accusations of xenophobia, homophobia, and racism have followed his rise to fame, there's no denying his effectiveness in the art of trash talk. One of Covington's most unforgettable moments occurred after defeating Damian Maia in Brazil in 2017. In a shocking post-fight rant, he labeled Brazil a dump and insulted the fans, calling them filthy animals. The crowd's furious reaction forced Covington to be escorted out of Brazil by security. Although controversial, this fiery incident transformed him into a star and remains one of the wildest and most memorable trash-talking episodes in UFC history. Michael Bisping makes fun of Luke Rockhold, UFC 199 press conference. Michael Bisping, the UK's MMA poster boy, didn't just excel in the octagon, but also showcased his fantastic trash-talking skills. Among his many verbal battles, one of unforgettable moments stood out during the build-up to his middleweight title fight with Luke Rockhold in 2016. At the pre-fight press conference, as Rockhold spoke out his mental preparation, Bisping couldn't contain his amusement, interjecting with his trademark quip. He dismissed Rockhold's words as the worst self-help book you've ever read and playfully added, "Conceive, believe, achieve, shut the fuck up." The crowd erupted in laughter. Bisping's charisma and mic skills were on full display, making his knockout victory over Rockhold in the first round all the more satisfying. It's no wonder he remains one of the most memorable trash talkers in UFC history. Dana White's "Do You Wanna Be a Fighter" speech, The Ultimate Fighter won. UFC President Dana White may not step into the octagon, but he's undeniably one of the promotion's most epic trash talkers. With a sharp tongue, he takes on rival promoters, former fighters, and even MMA reporters, sparing no expletives. But White's most legendary trash-talking moment happened during the first season of the Ultimate Fighter reality show. When the cast seemed uncertain about fighting during the tapings, he unleashed a reality check. In a fiery rant, he demanded, "Do you wanna be a fucking fighter?" and threatened to eject anyone not up to the challenge so fast their fucking head will spin. This viral outburst turned White into a superstar and catapulted TUF into the mainstream. Shortly after, Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner's epic brawl in the finale solidified the show's success, propelling the UFC to new heights. With White's fiery spirit at the helm, the promotion continues to thrive and dominate the MMA world. Nate Diaz calls out Conor McGregor, UFC on Fox 17. In 2015, Conor McGregor had become the UFC's most sought-after opponent, with fighters from all weight classes eager for a shot at the Irish sensation. But it was Nate Diaz who successfully called him out, delivering one of the greatest trash-talking moments in octagon history. After his victory over Michael Johnson, Diaz seized the microphone and issued his challenge to Conor McGregor, "You're taking everything I work for, motherfucker. I'm gonna fight your ass. You know that the real money fight is me." The fans instantly rallied behind the idea of a McGregor vs. Diaz showdown, and the UFC made it happen in early 2016 when Rafael dos Anjos pulled out due to injury. The rivalry between the two fighters led to two unforgettable bouts, generating a massive amount of hype and revenue. McGregor vs. Diaz became one of the most iconic and effective trash-talking moments, solidifying both fighters' status as legends in the sport. Nate Diaz claims Georges St. Pierre is scared. UFC 137. Nate Diaz is well known for his trash-talking skills, but his older brother Nick takes it to another level. In the early 2000s, Nick Diaz gained fame for not holding back on trash talk during his fights, even receiving a warning for it in a bout against Robbie Lawler in 2004. However, it was in 2011 that he delivered one of the most memorable trash-talking moments in UFC history. After defeating BJ Penn, he called out the welterweight champion at the time, Georges St. Pierre, who was recovering from a knee injury, leading to the cancellation of their planned fight. Diaz wasn't buying it and boldly shouted, "Where are you at, George?" He accused St. Pierre of not being injured but simply scared to fight him. While GSP maintained his composure, Diaz's rant elevated the potential matchup into a massive event. When they eventually clashed, it drew over 1 million pay-per-view buys, showcasing Diaz's prowess in building up a fight. The Diaz brothers have certainly left their mark as exceptional trash talkers in the world of MMA. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.